Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Dicey Dungeons. Last episode we did Adventure Episode 1, and so we're going to introduce you to the Witch. As always, Episode 1. The Witch I think is by far the most complicated class to play of the available options.
No.
I mean, I don't know, I haven't played Jester yet, maybe Jester's harder, but it doesn't look more complicated. So I'm just going to, rather than try to explain, I'll just dive in and show you. And probably in the course of that I'll forget my plan and I'll try to just explain it. But so you've got like, you don't always have all your equipment the same way that other classes do. You have like access to your backpack, and then during combat you put spells from your backpack, which take all the spell book onto the battlefield. So for example, you have Cauldron, deal 1 damage, get a new dice. I don't need 4s for anything, so sure. And I've used it up for this turn, I can't use it again. However, I can put a 1 over here, let's say, to put another Cauldron on the field. And then I can like throw my 3 in there, for example. Use 2 to put Infliction in, and there we go. Now I've got like, so you have like some setup where you have like not very many things available, but you can spend dice to like gain access to more equipment for the fight. And so there's sort of a balancing act of like how much you want to spend, how much you want to set up, and also if you have dice, you like, so for example, I mean, like one way I could kill him would be I could put down a Cauldron and put the 4 in it to do a damage, and then I'd have a die left and I could throw it. But anyway, the point is, the Witch, you can, if there's dice you don't want to do anything else with, you can just chuck them and they do 1 damage, and that was enough here. So as I mentioned, my first run through the game off camera, I finished like the first 4 characters, 4? Warrior, Thief, Robot, Inventor, yes, in 1 go each. Actually, maybe I lost my first robot run. I don't remember. I don't know. Whatever. Put it on 6. I still don't really have any grasp on like where the right place to put new spells is. I've heard some advice, but I don't actually know if it's correct, and I haven't tried to figure it out. Anyway, but the Witch, it took me 3 or 4 runs to get my first win. So it was substantially harder. Well, this is just not that useful. I could put down a nudge and nudge a 5 into a 6, and then put down another nudge and nudge another 5 into a 6, but like, what's the point, right? Just like throw some stuff at him, right? Right, you get 3 more dice with your okay, but we have him already without this, right? Put down an Infliction for 3. No, we can't kill him without the, whatever. But we're leveling, so I'm not gonna spend a focus to prevent taking a little damage when I have guaranteed lethal next turn just by throwing dice. Oh no, he has shield, but he only has 1 shield, so there you go. I have no strong opinions on the difference between these two. Each of them can be activated by half of the dice, and each of them does X damage and some shock, or some side effect. I don't know, I kind of like shocking people. So the advice that I've heard, and it seems to make some sense on its face, but I haven't really worked out whether it's just an illusion, is that like, since this wants an even number, you should probably not put it on an even number. The idea being, let's say you have one of these already on the field. I don't know. I'm still not totally convinced. Like, if I have one of these already on the field, and I have a 4, it means I'm like, I guess I'm not likely to want a second electric shock on the field. And therefore, like, my 4 is sort of required to go into this, whereas if the 4 were some other spell, I have a choice of putting it in here or spending on the other spell, I guess. Is maybe the reasoning behind that idea. Magic Missile's fine. I have a lot of things that require evens right now, though. So that's something to try to keep an eye on. Alright, so we'll, an electric shock looks good. And Probably want to set up some inflictions, but I don't know, let's reroll this 4 first. We got a Cauldron. Alright, well, we'll just inflict a few times and we should be all set pretty quick. We have a reasonable shot at like 12 damage if we roll a 6 and some other evens. No, we have guaranteed 12. Yeah, we just needed a 6 for the kill. Right, we Cauldron something and then do 3 damage twice. Alright, Hall of Mirrors I think is like very important. The only win that I got was by setting up an engine where I could generate a lot of dice to put into Hall of Mirrors and kind of accelerate that way while like using those dice to heal, so I could kind of end most combats at full health. It's a very slow way to fight, but it was the only way I won a game, so I'm kind of bummed now. I maybe should have put something, I don't know. Actually, this is fine. I can put it on 6. Because if you have another 6, you just like never want to put it into Hall of Mirror. You never want like a second Hall of Mirrors when you could. Well, I don't know. If you put it on 4, then like you could roll 4s and 6s to get like. For example, there's 2 ways to get a 4 and a 6 in 2 dice. You get a 6 and then a 4, or a 4 and then a 6. So, like, if you want to start from nothing and develop a Hall of Mirrors and an extra die, there's 2 ways that could happen. Whereas if you put it on 6, there's only 1 way. You have to roll a 6 and then roll another 6. So it's harder to activate, I guess. I'm a little bit... Its upgraded version is... For some reason I can't see it right now. Anyway, its upgraded version, though, is an even die, and so I'm a little reluctant to put it here, but I don't want to replace any of my odds for it, so I guess this is fine. And the witch starts with 3 dice, and I don't know if she ever gets any more. You certainly get at most 1 more, and it might be none. Ugh. I don't know, let's just infliction, I guess, and... Or maybe I started with 2? I don't remember if I started with 3 or what. You don't get very many. You're sort of like expected to do it yourself with Hall of Mirrors, is my feeling. Is it worth setting up Hall of Mirrors here? Is the fight going to go on long enough? I think so. And we can still do a reasonable, like, respectable 4 damage there. It's not great, but... Okay. My magic missile's on 5. That's kind of probably important to set up. Oh, let's crystal ball. A lot of dice. This is the main damage dealer. We can throw a 6 in here. Yes. Probably don't want any more Hall of Mirrors, so let's see what we get out of this. A 3, Electric Shock is nice, instead of another Hall of Mirrors. Sure. Magic Missile is lethal? Yes. Okay, so you can either have... So, notice we didn't have any options to upgrade our equipment. You don't upgrade spells, rather you upgrade slots, and whatever you spell you put there is upgraded. Or you can choose to start with more spells, like ready at the beginning of every combat. I'm pretty sure upgraded spell slot is better like a huge amount of the time. Also, we can change what spell we have prepared, but honestly, Cauldron is just like fine as a way to like roll into whatever it is you need for a given combat. You know, re-rolling dice is kind of cool. Like, I don't know, Electric Shock could be okay. Hall of Mirrors, probably not. life drain. So that's kind of an engine component, right? Yeah. I could put it instead of nudge, which I don't much need. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I'm just so rarely willing to spend a die to activate nudge, especially on a 6. So I'm kind of envisioning the same kind of run that I set up last time, where like I can Hall of Mirrors a million times and use Life Drain to stay alive while I'm doing it. What's the upgraded version of Electric Shock? It doesn't require even, I think. I don't know. I mean... Against this guy, we just obviously want a lot of Electric Shocking to go on. And I don't really want a Hall of Mirrors as much as I just want like 1 damage. Since now a 6 is lethal. There we go. Oh. That actually sort of throws a wrench in the works. No, it doesn't. It did cost me 1 damage, but I had 1 to spare, so it was fine. And we didn't need to heal, obviously, because of all the apples. Is there anything else I could buy here that would be good? No. Let's open up the apples first, before the Yeti. Yeah, I don't really want 2s that badly anymore. Okay, well, fine. Give me another Cauldron, then. That was the dumbest play in the world. I should have... I needed an even number to activate Magic Missile. But I guess I'll just take an Electric Shock. It's not the end of the world. Ow! Oh no, those are only 2 damage. They're not like a bunch. So shocking his Pirate Hook turned out reasonably well, as it happened. Well, we can get a focus if we touch one of these dice. I don't think we need Hall of Mirrors. This fight should be reasonably short. What if I just throw the dice at him, though? Like... Yeah. Burning dice do extra damage, and I didn't particularly need them for anything. I'm 1 damage short, huh? No, I'm not. Well, yeah, I am. But if I have 2 shots at a 5, and then I would actually have lethal? Is this lethal? Yes, 4 and then 2 twice. I didn't actually need the 5 because the Cauldron was doing extra damage itself. Yeah, the Yeti will level us, and I don't think we need an apple. Whereas we might need 2 apples after the Keymaster. He ramps up pretty hard, so you have to kill him pretty quick. The Yeti turning my dice into 1s is not the end of the world, but you know, I'd rather not, of course. What do I want? Probably Hall of Mirrors is fine. I don't need to go crazy on it, but... I guess let's reroll one of these. Reroll the 1? Try to get an even number and then Magic Missile twice? I kind of want a Life Drain. But I need a number, like at least, at most 3 to do that, and I don't really want it to be a 1. Alright, it's an even number, I'll take it. Those are some big numbers. Alright, I don't want any of these 1s. I mean, I could put an upgraded electric shock here and do some damage, but I think I just need more cauldrons. Don't really want a 5? Just give me anything, please. Anything that doesn't blow. Alright, magic missile's fine, I guess. This is a terrible piece of equipment, right? Needs 2 ones to freeze all dice, but like usually he freezes all your dice anyway. I do kind of need to kill him though, which is pretty easy. I just need to roll an even die, and I have like 5 or 6 tries at it. There we go. Duplicate. So that's another cool one when you're... I mean, Doppeldice is kind of cute. You can turn a 1 or a 3 into an even number if you're like setting up your Hall of Mirrors. Duplicate's also fine. Give you more of whatever it is you need. Like set up a spell again or something. I'll take duplicate. And I don't really need infliction anymore. What I would really like is something like bandage or something. Something reusable way to get a lot of healing. Get 2 X's next turn? I really could not care less. It's like a duplicate that takes a turn to go off. Probably fine to do some Hall of Mirrors business. If he's gonna ramp, so should I, maybe? Cauldron again? I have too many 6s. Alright, Hall of Mirrors again. It's a little bit extravagant, but... So we didn't do much, but we added 2 dice. On the other hand, he's like adding 3 damage per turn, so maybe that's not so impressive. What exactly do I need? I mean, a 5 for magic missiles is cute. Maybe I'll set this off. Magic missile to 4. I mean, I guess it's better to Hall of Mirrors than not. Like, the die was gonna do 1 damage this turn, and next turn it'll do at least as much. So we're taking 6 damage per turn now. Yeah, we need to kill this guy pretty quick. But I have a lot of dice, so there's that. 4s are even. Let's life drain. I don't know, 3's fine, I guess. Magic missile him. And then kill him. Alright, so we only took 6 damage. Not too bad. Magic Dagger, do 2 damage, reusable. So that's kind of engine payload in a way, right? But you don't really need payload because, like, okay, I could do 2 damage with 1 die, but if I had enough dice, I could just electric shock 30 times, right? So I'm not that keen on picking this up. Everything else I have seems more useful. Catastrophe is not that amazing. Skeleton Key, not at all exciting. I could buy the health, but I think we're doing fine. Oh, now there's an apple anyway. 2 apples, goodness gracious. So I don't really want any of that. And I think this is kind of worse than whatever else. Like, it's barely better than... I mean, okay, it's twice as good as throwing dice, but... yeah, don't want any of these spells, thanks. Apples this way. This guy kind of scales with poison, so we maybe don't want to stick around too long. Setting up Hall of Mirrors plays. He gets 4 dice, so Shock is... I don't know. Shock is okay. It's going to make him waste a die that would go into Bite, but it's like his lowest die, so he doesn't really care that much. What do I want to set up against this guy? Life Drain would be nice, I guess? I don't know. Probably not. Electric Shock, I guess? I guess I'll just Magic Missile him to death? I might as well set up Electric Shock as a way to, like, do some damage on future turns. The shock part is not that important, it's just another source of damage. Ugh. Alright, give me a bunch of evens, please. Alright, there's one. Can I have another? I'll take it. That was actually quite a good turn. Good, odd numbers. I love odd numbers. You guys know me, right? I love odd numbers. 6 would do 7 damage, and then we're 1 short of killing him? Maybe I should Cauldron the 3, and then if that misses, I can Crystal Ball. So I guess I'll Cauldron the 3 first. No! I can use an upgraded Cauldron, right? So I Magic Missile for 7, upgraded Cauldron for 2 more, and then finally throw the die. Yeah, that's actual lethal. There we go. Alright, here we have Counterspell. Really not that interested. A fun way to lock the opponent down if you had like a ton of dice or something, but is that really good? Right, like you could spend 12 dice and lock them down on everything, and then you could do whatever you want, but like, it just doesn't seem that great. You kind of need the thing you spend a ton of to be something like Bandage. Since healing is kind of universally good. I mean, you know, a bunch of life drains is good too, but it sort of is limited to the opponent's total health. That's probably enough, but you never know. It takes a while to set up if you're trying to build some crazy big engine, which maybe I'm not this time. I don't know. I don't have all the pieces yet anyway. Maybe we just... Oh, fuck. I wanted this button. Okay, well, I didn't need that 2 anyway. I would have liked to have it for sure, though. Yeah, I would have liked to dupe this 4, in fact, is what I would have liked. Okay, well, we'll just Hall of Mirrors and... Yeah, it turned out alright, I guess. What did he end up getting? What's his new thing? He chose to do 1 damage and weaken me. Oh, because it's odd and you only had ones. Whew! Needs 2 6s. No thanks on that one. Cauldron away the 1?
Yeah.
Could do 2 magic missiles for 14. Seems okay. And then of course throw the last die. Yeah, I don't like all those 6s. Put those away. Wow, chose to gain a random blessing instead of doing 6 damage. Reduced by 2 is pretty good, so he didn't get totally shortchanged. Well, I don't think I'm killing him this turn, so I might as well Hall of Mirrors. Magic Missile for 5 is not the end of the world. Although an Electric Shock for 6 might be better. Dupe the 6. I guess, yeah. There was no way I could have used the Cauldron first, I don't think. Oh, and he had damage reduced by 2, so Cauldron wouldn't have done any damage anyway. Oof, this hurts. What happened? Whatever it was, it went away. It was like, oh, an equipment has an extra use this turn or something, but he used it last, so it didn't matter. I really like some life drain. Well, this is probably more 3s than I need. Maybe should. I can't dupe a 1. Okay, so I guess I'll just kill him, right? That seems like an okay play. 3s don't go in there. There's no way to get a life drain out of this, huh? Okay. Yep. Alright, now it's time to eat all the apples. Since we're leveling after the next fight. I mean, this is all stuff. These are items. Having this instead of, like, Magic Missile might be nice, or instead of Electric Shock. Like, I don't know. Being able to turn more dice into damage seems okay. Kind of wish I could get Blizzard or something. Maybe I should wait for Blizzard? It's like what I have right now. I don't super need that necessarily. Like this stuff is working fine in terms of damage. Can't believe I've never used Life Drain. Maybe 6 was the wrong place to put it. How much is that apple? You know, I could take Inferno and that would make the Wicker Man fight a non-issue, whereas right now, like, if we got unlucky, Wicker Man might kill us. Yeah, sure. Give me the Inferno. Instead of, Magic Missile. Sure. Alright, it does seem like an okay time to Hall of Mirrors. And in fact, should I spend this 3 on setting up Electric Shock? He gets 4 dice. He doesn't care that much about Shock, I don't think. I mean, it means he'll use Staff less often. But, like, I could just do 2 damage instead of setting up Electric Shock. I think that's fine. Okay, yeah, that was probably the right turn. Well played, sir. Boy, I have to kill this guy in a hurry. Let's set up some big Infernos. What does it do when it's upgraded? I think plus 2 damage? At any rate, I don't want any more Halls of Mirrors, probably. Like, I just want to start killing this guy very quickly. Yeah, I might also want a life drain in the middle here. I have 6 dice. What can I do with that? Put 2 here. Leaves me 4. Set up another Inferno. Spend 2 more. I have 1 left. That's not enough to life drain as well. Kind of a bummer. But I think it's better to get to Inferno twice than to heal for like 4, right? Well, let's see if I can get something higher than a 4. Nope. Oh, I killed it. That was a good play. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you do 12 plus 10 doubled, that's like kind of a lot. Maybe another upgraded slot, please. You know what I should have done is prepared Inferno for the fight against him, actually. But I don't know, having it upgraded was nice. Okay, so do we fight the snowman first to open up 1 apple, or do we head over here to open up 2 apples? I think we open up 1. And then use it to make sure we get through these guys okay? Question mark? I could prepare Inferno, but I still like upgrading it. And this guy's weak to fire as well, so I'm real glad we picked that up. Don't really want any of these. Sure, let's upgrade to Calder. Give me more shots at those rerolls. Hall of Mirrors? Okay, I guess. Wow, that's amazing. That was the best you could come up with. Oh, I wanted a 6. Oh well. 5s are fine too. Which I also don't have. So, Could I get a good roll, please? Like, specifically what I'm looking for is a 5? Thank you. Just in time. Let's just upgrade it for the extra damage. Wait, why? What is its upgraded form? Does it just burn 2 dice instead of 1? Maybe I shouldn't have put it in the upgraded slot? I don't really want 2s as much as I want more cauldrons. Help me get to better numbers. Like 5s. I love 5s. That was dumb. I should have rerolled the 3. I don't know. 5 and 3 is alright. Okay. Took the guy out without any serious issues. He did roll very badly, so that's nice. This guy's a bit spooky because he does scale pretty well, but I think we should still... Hang on. I should duplicate something, right? Dupe the 4? Dupe another 4? I mean, I don't know. I guess it's basically just putting a duplicate on the board for free. And then just throw this. I don't need a second Hall of Mirrors right now. Okay, a 4. A 4 is good because of life drain. My problem is I don't know what anything else that I have is. Let's see if I can just get a Hall of Mirrors out of one of these two. No, they're both odd. Okay. tell me anything. I could try to dupe one of them, and that would tell me whether it's a 5 or not. Or I could just, like, set up an Inferno here. Set up 2 Infernos? 3? Yeah, okay, I could set up 2 Infernos by duping the 5 twice and then just pouring some garbage in there. That seems okay. Right, now I can play 5, 2 dice, 5, 2 dice. And I might as well reroll this since it gets me some extra damage. I don't know what it does when it's unupgraded. Let's find out. Burns 1 dice, okay. So it often does 2 extra damage because they have to touch the die, but sometimes they don't have to. Well, wait a minute. I'm gonna have 1 die left over at the end of all this, right? No, I'm spending 2 on this Inferno and then 3 on the next. And a 4 is higher than an average number. Especially it's higher than an average odd number, which I know both of these are. So I should... Doesn't matter, does it? No. I'm just throwing them all in here. Okay. I don't think I want more Hall of Mirrors, probably. 4 dice should be okay. So let's get that extra burn in. Ow. God, that stuff hurts. This would be 9 damage, 12. I think we dupe this 6, we should be in good shape. Right? Let's use these first to see how bad it is. Yeah, this is gonna be lethal. I could set up a life drain. If I focus first, I can drain the... Yeah, I think that's worth getting some health. I want a life drain. For 3. I could life drain for 3 again, and then deal 11 damage. That should be plenty. It would be better, I guess, to re-roll this 5 into a low number and then life drain again. I guess specifically into a 3. That would get me some extra health. Oh well. Oh, 4! 4's work too. It's max 4. Yeah. So I'll life drain again. There we go. It's kind of nice, right? We got like either 8 or 10. I don't know whether we healed for 4 or for 2 when we hit him with a life drain for 4. We got somewhere between 8 and 11 health at the end there. This heals for 8, so it will not be wasted if I pick it up now. Let's hit up the cowboy. I mean, it could be. I could overheal if I life drain really early in the fight, but I just won't do that, so... Electric shock is not really that impressive, so let's make this something else. Great. Let's upgrade a Cauldron. Oh, perfect roll. I don't know, I guess you would have preferred like 3 6s, because then you can do even more damage. Life drain him for 3, and reroll some 1s. Oh, life drain him for 4. And then electric shock for 5? Okay. Well, let's re-roll. No. I have all the dice I want. I can't afford the Cauldron right now. Probably no more Halls of Mirrors. Okay, yeah, I mean... I guess that, didn't do anything? No, it did. It saved us 6 damage. he got one fewer activation of his thing there, so that shock was great. Okay, so we have some problems here. We should probably life drain him for 4. We should probably electric shock for 6. We should probably electric shock again, to be honest, and then life drain again. So that's like 6-3 and 3-6, which means this one is free. Okay. Can't really do anything with that, but sure. I mean, it could. I could choose to life drain for 3 instead of shocking, but shock is pretty great, I think, against this guy. So I want to put the 3 here. Let's put it up here, since I happen to have evens anyway. Now I have more shocks on the table, right? We shocked everything, which should hurt him a lot. Yeah, he only gets to hit us once. I mean, the 1 didn't matter to him, so only one of those shocks happened to matter, but... Alright, I have access to several apples after this fight, but I would still like to heal as much as I can. So let's get rid of this 1. It's a 2. So we heal for 3. And don't... Maybe I should have duped a 1 with one of my 2s? I'm not sure. It's too late now, of course. There's no way to generate any more healing. If I duped a 1, I could have cauldroned and maybe found another life drain? Alright, almost full health going into the last fight on this floor, which should be good enough. 50, I don't remember fighting a Banshee. What's your deal? Silence, freeze, and curse. Plus, you know, a big chunk of damage. Okay. Do I want Inferno? I feel like I don't have enough dice for Inferno yet. I want to set up, like, maybe an upgraded electric shock is something. And just set up another cauldron. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess she doesn't care, does she? I'm glad I set up all those cauldrons. Whew. A 4? Is it too late for Hall of Mirrors? Is the combat going to be over that soon? I don't think so. Let's actually dupe a 4. Let's get a lot of mirrors going. Maybe it's too much, I don't know. Ow, this hurts so much. I'm silenced. Sort of a problem. This is not great. Well, I mean, okay, I guess. I still can't do much with this, but I guess I could set up an Inferno to do more damage. 2 5s and a 1. I think I'm gonna die here. I just didn't like roll. I didn't get enough stuff set up. Wait. Oh, I see. You chose to silence me. instead of doing 1 damage. Yeah, that was a good play. Well, okay, let's dupe the 6s. So we can do 12 here and 4. That's 16. It's not really enough. 17 with the cauldron. I'll have 3 more dice to throw is 20. So we clearly should do this. Maybe I should be focusing more on draining. Spend my 6s on setting up life drain. Drain a 4 and a 3. Steal 7 health from her and should live till next turn. It's a lot less damage, right? Instead of 14, I do like 7, but that might be enough. I'm not getting the cauldron, which kind of sucks, but what can you do, right? I think I want to place it over electric shock instead of over inferno, so I have more damage potential next turn. Oh, I have crystal ball. I probably could have just won, huh? I'm 1 damage short of lethal now. And 2 infernos, or an inferno for 12, cauldron for 1, and then electric shock for another 6 is 19. Oh, and then I get to throw a die, right? I think that is still lethal. Alright, so we put an electric shock down, say, here. Yeah. Okay. Whew. It's not the most impressive setup. Yeah, give me more upgrades, please. But this shop will contain the one thing we need. Ugh. Ugh. I mean, weakening the enemy is kind of a thing. Some of the bosses have very few slots, and weakening their slots is useful. Some of them have a lot of slots, and they don't really care if you weaken a couple things. It could be a cool way to like lock them down if we like had some massive engine going, but we don't, so I don't know. It doesn't look any better than electric shock. So like do we really need another damage source? I don't know. A pretty bad run, to be honest. Magic Spear, kind of cool, right? Like, if we get 6s, but I'm already okay at using up my 6s, and I don't want to have to spend 2 dice on a Magic Spear, right? Like double 2s or whatever. Yeah, I think shocking the enemy to make them spend another die if they want to use it. I don't know. Is that better or worse than weak than Sonic Wave? Let's take the Sonic Wave, actually, and overwrite the Electric Shock. Sure, why not? Who's our boss? Jester. Okay. Changes equipment every turn, yep. So what's coming up this turn? Confuse. I forget what Confuse does. You don't get it very much, right? Like, I don't think it's ever showed up on this channel. I don't remember. Maybe it's a random status effect or something? Okay, so we don't really care that much about what his deal is. I don't really want 6s. I might want a 2 to duplicate something, like, say, I don't know, a Hall of Mirrors or whatever. Well... okay, I guess. That was kind of stupid, wasn't it? I could have just done more damage instead of less. I don't know. I got a duplicate on the board, and in exchange I did 1 damage to him this turn instead of 2. It's not the end of the world. A duplicate's probably worth 1 damage. Equipment is mixed up and obscured. Oh, the worst! Well, these are my life drains. One of these is a dupe and the other is a cauldron. I don't really care which one I put the 6 into. Yeah, that was the dupe. Okay, so this is a cauldron. Oh, and it tells me. That's nice. Well, let's drain him. Is cauldron the 6 first? It's a 5. Great. So we drain him, and then we Inferno the Jesus out of him. 1 life drain's probably plenty. Oh, it won't even tell me what it is? Okay, sure. I just put it there, but I guess I could forget somehow. Locks 2 dice. That's pretty rough. Wow. Well, let's dupe it, I guess. Huh. Okay, so we should expect to be very blinded and then probably hit for 7. For 5. I could Sonic Wave, or I could just do 6 damage and burn 2 dice, or I could Drain. Let's go for the Drain, I guess. If he can't do any damage to me, then, like, he hasn't done any damage to me, which is pretty cool. I don't really care about these status effects if I'm not getting hurt. Yeah, I mean, okay, my dice are blind. If I Crystal Ball, one of these is going to be blind, right? No. Interesting. Well, let's toss it in there. No. Well, that's a big one. That's nice to know. It's also a big one. I didn't see how much we got, but it doesn't really matter. These are 2 big ones. But what big ones? Life Drain? Sure. I think I should dupe a 6, throw them into Inferno. Life Drain my 4. Do something with this. Another Inferno. Is there any reason I might want to dupe a 4 here? I mean, I could do 8 damage to him instead of dealing 4 and healing 4. It looks unlikely to matter. We seem to be winning here. But I think I'd rather heal for 4 than deal 2 extra. Well, dealing 2 more damage and burning 2 dice, or 1 die, is kind of cool. I don't know. I could put a dupe on the board instead of a Cauldron or an Inferno, I guess. Let's do that. I'm surprised that we just like haven't used any Hall of Mirrors this turn, this combat. It just like has not seemed necessary at all. I guess that's not a surprise, but given the way I won my last Witch run, I sort of expected every... Well, not every run. I thought that would be one viable strategy and that I would sort of gravitate to it, but I don't seem to have done so. What is he dead? We could do 11 plus 3 plus 4? No, not plus 4. Oh, dupe the 3, of course. Or dupe the 6. It's cursed! Oh my god, I'm still cursed. This is the worst. Well, don't... Oh. Okay. Well, that was a rough turn. This is Inferno. This is Life Drain. These are Duplicate and Cauldron, and I'm not cursed. Well, let's just do this then. No, let's do... and then cult, and that's better, right? Yeah, obviously. Just kill him. Cool. Really? Alright, cool. We unlock the Jester, which is a little weird, because I thought that the way to unlock him was to do at least do 6 total episodes, whereas we just did these 5 twice each. Kind of weird, but okay. Well, whatever. I guess we'll play Jester next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.